because at the end of the day, you got to be building something for your children. And me personally, that's what I'm trying to do. Make sure my children have what I didn't have growing up, or make sure they have what they need, not necessarily what they want all the time, but their needs, because you got to have that mentality that you're going to go do for your children. You can't have excuses about what you're not going to do. And that's what drives me, honestly, to make sure that they don't have to say, Daddy, I want this, and me not say, I can't do it, because it's going to always be, I'm going to do it for my kids. So. Good morning, America.
I'll tell you, right? What's going on with the truckers? Welcome to the Asian My Show, man. I've been hearing so much about this guy, Jacob Hatermade, and people are telling me, man, this guy, he's this, he's that. And then I meet him in person. And he's one of the nicest guys I've ever met online. The way the kids come up to you, man, and how you treat people. I love it, brother. I love it, man. Introduce yourself.
My name is Jacob Bonham. I'm out of Texas. I live in Joaquin, Texas. I am a second and third generation driver, and been doing it since I was 18 years old. 42 years old now. I'll be 43 in August.
Do the math real quick. How many years of driving is that?
Man, I done lost count. It's like 20-something, 23, 24.
Why you look like you're like 25 years old, man? What's going on with that?
Got good genes, baby.
Is that what it is?
You know what I mean? Preserved,
That's what's up. So,
I take care of myself like I take care of that truck.
I was going to ask you, now the Hatermade, talk about it. People want to know about it. Tell a little bit about the build here.
The build started out basic. We got the truck originally from Troy Gray Transport, Spurker, Texas. And it was a nice truck when we got it, but we just took it down, man. Took it all the way down and redone the whole thing, made a heavy haul truck, all the way from the custom work that was done to the truck as far as T-bars that New Gen Services built, custom deck plate, everything on the inside was repainted and ordered from 12 gauge. The grill and the grill
let's walk
shield.
around it. Let's walk around it, Jacob. Tell me. Point out
the truck is medium aqua blue effect. We call it Hatermade Blue. Secret paint code.
Secret paint code.
Yeah. Actually, I wanted to start out with a badass gangster visor. I think the front of the truck is what sets the tone for me. I ordered that visor from Bub's Built Visors out of Kansas. He builds them and he builds panels, but I love his visors, man, and I think the visor is what sets the tone for me. And then adding the right amount of cab lights to configure what I wanted, as far as the way it looks at night, even coming down the highway with the light set up on. Went with this 22-inch miter edge bumper. It does have a flip kit on it. And I like this style bumper on it because, it's got the light on either corner. So you got this tie-in with a light, breather light, mirror light, cab light. So it kind of makes a unison at night whenever you're rolling down the highway. It looks good.
Let's keep on walking around.
Go ahead.
Show around.
It is sitting on airbags, but it don't slam all the way just yet. But remove the like I said, the factory battery boxes added, those smooth stainless boxes. We had these tanks painted as well as the whole truck painted. I shaved the sleeper fairings down and added the 2-inch ones to it. And so all this custom work right here, somebody left me a present. All this, oh my Lord, what the heck is that? All this work was done at New Gen Services, man. As far as the fabrication of the T-bars, the aluminum deck plate, which it has 100 dual revolution lights on it. The whole truck has about 300 trucks dual revolution lights. They do go blue. Added this aluminum fifth wheel. The reason why I added aluminum fifth wheel so I don't have to grease the darn thing and getting down on my truck, the deck plate, because we have the skull cut out in it right here on the deck plate. And I mean, that's the logo being cut in there. You would have a lot of grease. I'm slid forward right now because of the machine I'm hauling. Looks like somebody had a party out here. But yeah, we had these Teflon inserts put on the back. That way it protects the the paint as far as that when you let down your neck support for your gooseneck to disconnect. And I can't say enough about Globe here, man. We did, whenever we set out to order some low boys, I did check with all manufacturers, and Globe has been by far top notch. They're out of Florida, Bradenton. Started out with Ryan Piana being the lead guy, and Todd Harrell out of Texas, and now David Simpkins locally is the main guy we deal with on all the trailers that we do. They are all color matched to the trucks, custom ordered like we want, and their warranty department is top notch.
Hey, I love it. I love it. So here's my big question.
Yeah.
Is this just like a show truck that you bring Jacob to all the shows, or do you actually truck drive? Can you tell me that? Because there's a lot of haters, man.
Yeah. I tell you what, man, I get that a lot. It may look like it don't work, but it works. It's got a D8 on it right here at the show. But no, we work it. I work the heck out of it. I go East Coast, West Coast, every coast. Probably outrun on average 4,000 something miles a week. And I do stay out, for multiple weeks at a time. Try to stay out about a week. They'll go home next week because I do have kids, and so I do like to, have my kids and spend time with them because they're not getting any younger, and they're 5 years old, 2 years old. 5-year-old name is Aiden, and he loves trucks, man. And he can get up in that truck, crank it up. And if he really knew how to push in the valves and push that clutch in, it'd be gone.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
My 2-year-old Slade is getting that way too. So, it's very important to me to try to lay the groundwork of what I'm doing for them too, because at the end of the day, you got to be building something for your children. And me personally, that's what I'm trying to do. Make sure my children have what I didn't have growing up, or make sure they have what they need, not necessarily what they want all the time, but their needs, because you got to have that mentality that you're going to go do for your children. You can't have excuses about what you're not going to do. And that's what drives me, honestly, to make sure that they don't have to say, Daddy, I want this, and me not say, I can't do it, because it's going to always be, I'm going to do it for my kids. So, and not just my kids, but my family too. But still, I read a bunch of stuff, and as far as motivational type stuff, and there's one thing there's some audio books that I listen to while I'm trucking, and it's all based and formed around being a good dad.
I love it, man.
And we're not all perfect. We're not, but at the end of the day, as long as your mindset is right as far as being that good dad, not making excuses of why you can't do something for your children, but always coming up with a plan to make that happen, that's what I'm about, man. And not just that, with my friends as well. I don't ever meet a stranger. I don't care who it is. I mean, you've probably seen that here this weekend. Nobody come by my truck I didn't talk to unless I just didn't see them, but yeah, what motivates me the most is, like I said, my children, and not necessarily building a legacy for them whenever I'm not here no more, but more or less making sure that they have something to be proud of too. So
let me just take off my shoes out here.
yeah, I'll put just fine.
Let me just take off my shoes out here.
I'll put a towel down over here.
Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. That's pride right here. When I see a truck like this and I feel like I gotta take off my shoes, you already know.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna tell you right now, man. I got a painted floor.
Uh-huh.
And I don't wear shoes at all.
You gotta have. I took off my shoes out of respect for you, brother.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I do generally take off. All right.
We're hanging out, right? I have some questions, man. We'll wait for the beep.
Yeah.
There it is. There it is. All right, Jacob.
Hey, man.
Good
morning.
Man, good morning, brother. There's a lot of people that know you from TikTok, know you from a lot of things. And a lot of people might not know the real you.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes the person on the platform might be a little bit different. Mm-hmm. And when I say different, I mean that in a good way. Right. Where we're more than that. people just see a snippet of Jacob. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So, talk to me a little bit before trucking. You know, where was your mindset? Where were you?
I was working on trucks. As a teenager, I was working in a truck shop, Imperial Truck and Trailer in Center, Texas. And I was working on how to service one of these things, you know, change brakes, change oil, you know, stuff like that initially. And then I elevated as far as trying to get more knowledge on the truck, you know, what makes it roll, what makes it operate, how to maintain one inside and out. You know, that was when it was, I guess you can say that addiction for the diesel, you know, came about because pulling the trucks out of the shop, backing them in the hole in the back of the shop, man, was exciting. Then the first time I got to drive one down the highway.
How did that feel, brother, driving it for the first time?
I almost turned it over, but no, I'm joking. It was great. I mean, honestly, of course, I didn't have any. I mean, I've been driving around the yards and stuff like that, but man, it's totally different when you get it out on the highway. I had no driver's license either. I was just went down the highway with Billy Davis, you know, may he rest in peace, and a great man, a great master mechanic of his craft too. And he owned a shop, and he let me go down the road with him, let me drive down there and drive back. He was just doing a basic road test on it. And yeah, but you know, and that was, I thought that was freaking awesome. And then, you know, I mean, as soon as I turned 18 years old, I got my CDL that day.
That day you got your learner's permit?
No, I got the CDL. I did not learn it.
Oh shoot! You start 18th birthday. You went down and you're like, I got my CDL.
Sure did. I remember Sharon Baggett. She gave me my hardship when I was a young man, and she gave me that darn CDL. And I set it up. Went down, took the written test one day, and I think it was 2 days later. I was down there in Martin Middleton's Peterbilt with a belly dump behind it, and went did my test and passed it. I mean, first shot. You know, so. Got my CDL that day. I believe it was on Thursday, matter of fact, and because I remember 2 days later I was already trucking. I mean, I was young, and he asked if I want to haul rock in his truck that weekend. I said, heck yeah, man. So, and that's when it all started, man. That first load of rock, you know, that I went and hauled, and then, yeah, it's been a long time since then, but yeah, it's pretty live. I mean,
that's beautiful, brother.
Yeah.
And through that time, when thinking back, who are some of the people that, you know, helped you get to where you are now?
No, well, all the way from the start, you know, you got to thank God for, you know, motivating and waking you up every day, giving you a breath of fresh air to, you know, breathe in this, in the world that we live in. But, you know, my dad encouraged me to, you know, when I was a young man, he would take me to, you know, places, and, you know, he drives a truck too, and but he would let me go jump in a truck and act like I was driving a truck too, you know. And when I go to my grandparents' house, I'd go out in my granddaddy's pickup, talk on the CB to the big trucks going down the highway. And, you know, I thought that was pretty cool growing up. But every step of the way, you know, in the industry, you know, I can name the people who've been a positive influence in my life to get to where I'm at. And that is my dad. That's a man named Ricky Lout.
He's still around?
Oh yeah,
Sure.
Yeah.
So he's still trucking.
Yep, sure is.
He
does local stuff now, actually.
If I were to talk to him today, what would he say about you?
He'd say he's proud of me because he tells me that all the time.
Does he?
You know, yes.
How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel real good. I mean, you know, because there's a lot of things that man can not be proud about, but you know, he'll tell you, you know, he's watched me, you know, do what I do, and you know, my mother too. She's you know, real proud of me. She just told me that the other day. You know, every chance she gets, she tells me that. And, you know, I thank them. You know, it's to see the, you know, how they feel, how their eyes, how they look whenever they say it is genuine excitement out of them, in a good way. It's love and care, you know. And but I mean, I wish I could truck with him, but he don't want to go do no over the road stuff. So, but yeah, and I mean, you know, they, like I said, they encouraged me as well. And you know, the on up the ladder per se of people that are responsible for, you know, what I'm doing and where I'm at, you know, the lines of Sean Smith, who's our truck manager, you know, who actually believed in me when I was 18 years old to put me in one of his trucks and haul gravel, you know, and wasn't even on no insurance or nothing.
I heard that back then, old school stuff.
Yeah, and that's what I did that for a couple of years until I bought a truck from him, you know, on my own. And then,
Wait up, how old were you when you bought your first truck, Jacob?
I think I was 19.
19 years old, you bought your first truck.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And what kind of truck was that?
It was a 92 Peterbilt, 379. It was blue with silver stripes on it, gold and silver stripes, Winslow paint scheme. Had a 440 big cam 4 Cummins, 13 double over. It actually had 410 gears in it. And yeah, I actually put a walking floor trailer behind it, like a tater wagon, as a self-contained shuffle floor. I hauled mulch and bark and chicken litter, all kinds of stuff for a company out in Nacogdoches, Texas, named Bailey Bark. So
you remember that like it was yesterday.
Yeah, and I mean I remember my life like it was yesterday, man. Even though it went fast, you know. There is the highlights, the high points of, you know, what a bunch of kids out there right now. Hey daddy, it's your truck. But anyway,
you know what? You should stop and say hi real quick. Do your thing, brother.
How y'all doing?
Good, buddy. How are you?
Doing great.
Yeah, was you just loading in Ocala yesterday? Is that what it said?
I loaded in Ocala on Thursday, I believe.
Okay.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
my social media may be off.
Mine
yeah, I love
is
the truck,
off.
man.
Thank you.
Yeah, I follow it on. I know TikTok and maybe Instagram.
Probably
Yeah.
HaterMade379 on
Yep.
Instagram. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I seen it because we just stayed in Ocala
Oh,
last
okay.
night before we came down.
Right.
So I was looking at social media all giddy. So, but yeah, I do love the truck, man. So
Y'all trucker? You a trucker?
no,
Oh, okay.
my whole family are truck drivers,
Uh-huh.
but I've been more of the homebody.
Right.
So, but I have a deep passion for trucks.
Well, you know you're gonna make them hooked this weekend. Bring
Oh,
them
yeah.
out here to the show. They're gonna be hooked.
Our 14-year-old with his friend is walking around too, taking pictures.
Oh
So
man.
I told him, I said, it's a good living. It's
Exactly.
honest living, and you can travel the country or North America.
Yes, sir.
You can do it. You travel everywhere. Or you stay in the U.S.
I travel all over the United States only.
Sorry.
How you doing, Mr. Scott?
How much you weigh about?
140,000.
I was close. And I said, "Ooh, okay. I was just telling a story.
Oh, okay.
Trying to get you in here.
Oh yeah, it was
Yeah,
awesome.
I saw that video too.
He filmed it.
That's one of my TikToks.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, the most famous one.
Yeah, I saw the video swinging in here with this guy behind you.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep, it almost seems stalkerish, but I
Man.
get bored at work and they're like, hey, you can be on your phone, just
Yeah.
somebody needs something, snap to it.
Thank you.
So, okay. So,
How you doing?
well, good to meet you,
No,
man.
you
Have
too.
a good
Thank
morning.
y'all. Yes, sir.
Go walk out.
Be
Here,
good.
excuse me.
Make sure you take your picture in front of the truck.
So how are you so good to people, man?
Man, I think just because I've gotten a lot of crap, you know.
You know, because they say hater made.
Yeah.
You know, why hater made? Why not thank you made or something? Because that's not your personality, brother. Like,
It's the
I'm really
ultra of
watching
it.
this.
Yeah, it's the ultra side of it. You know, like haters, they didn't make this or make me or make Hater Made Mafia or nothing like that. They really didn't. Because if you allow them to dictate and fuel you, you're going to fail. Promise you that. So, but, you know, you can't go without saying that that's why I did name this truck that. There's just so much, you know, that, hey, every time they see it somewhere or see it rolling, see it loaded, see it whatever, oh, that's Hater Made, right? Guess what? You made that name, man, whenever you had the detractors. And it's just like a lot of people would now starting to tell people that. We don't even have to say nothing.
Man, that man said he basically stalked you all the way through, and I could tell he was fanboy now.
Yeah, he was.
But you're being so humble, you know. Did you ever think to yourself that a lot of these kids in the future that are going to be truck drivers is because of you?
Yeah, I do think about that, and I actually encourage that, honestly. You know, it's like you mentioned a while ago, it is something greater than. But, you know, at the end of the day, that's what you do want. You know, the Jacob Grafton that I met in Gear Jammer Truck Show magazine last year, 12-year-old kid walks up to me and says, hey, man, what kind of cat motor is that in that truck? And I said, it's a 625. He said, hey, sir? And I said, yes, sir. I mean, he knew what kind of engine it was, and he went on to tell me about his dad. or whoever had a 475 cat, and this, that, and another. And this little dude was just knowledgeable of trucks, man. And then, I took pictures with him. I, gave him a hat, gave some other stuff, and then, he'd come by the show with his mom, and one of his friends actually, and just sit there and talk with us about trucking. And I was like to myself, I was like, man, this kid right here is gonna be a heck of a dude one day in the industry. And well, his mother reached out actually, really thanked me for, she did it on our company page actually, and thanked me for talking to her son, taking the time to befriend him and stuff like that. And ever since then, I've been, we communicate. He made my truck on American Truck Simulator, the first person that ever made it, along with a slew of them now. I mean, I think the teenage or younger or even older crowd that's in that ATS stuff, that games, I think that was, that is what's cooler than anything in my opinion. A lot of it is because they take the time to, I don't know how they do it, but they build this truck.
Let's see, and I love that. We've been talking a lot about how you are around your fans and the kids. Yeah. So, how many kids do you have?
I got 3 kids.
Some boys, girls?
I got 2 boys and a girl.
Well, now if all 3 of them said, "Daddy, I want to be a truck driver," what are you gonna say about that?
Let's do it. Let's ride.
I love that smile. I love that smile you have on your face.
They're just, my oldest daughter, she's not gonna go. She's not gonna be a truck.
You
but
can tell
but she will be around a truck. You know what I mean?
I heard that. No, that's good, man. And so, we talk about kids, we talk about that. So, how important is family to you? The life balance, because I know as an OTR driver, you're not home much.
Nah.
So how's that life balance, and how do you keep on going when you have this beautiful family at home?
Well, I just, what motivates me is making sure they have what they need, making sure that they don't want for nothing. And, I do try to make it home. Like I said, if I stay out a week, I want to make it home the next week. That way I have my kids, whether it's Thursday through Sunday or whatever it is. If I get hung up, and not get home till on that Friday after that week being out, then I make sure that, if I want to go throughout the next week to stay home and spend that time with them, I will. Every time I come home from off the road, I got my kids. I mean, that's all it is to it. And, my oldest is 23 almost, so my youngest is 2. And, she does her thing, but, my 2 boys, they do need a father figure there. And I do, at times feel like I need to be there, every day. Feel like sometimes I need to just, go ahead and do something locally, with the ride, et cetera, et cetera. That way, them kids I can be a part of my kids actively while they're growing up instead of trucking.
No, I hear you, man.
There's 2 sides to somebody's opinion on that. One person will say that they're gonna totally dislike you or whatever it is, whenever you get up there in age, they're gonna remember you wasn't there, and then I'm gonna tell you, my kid's gonna know I was a hard-working man for them, and they're never gonna have that negative mindset that Daddy wasn't here because of whatever it was. They're gonna know that I provided for them, and that's gonna be instilled in them to be independent as well, and grow up to be a solid, 2 solid young men, and then into adulthood too, knowing that my work ethic was, they've seen me do it.
I love it. I love it. So, at the end of the day, where do you see yourself in the next, 10 years?
10 years. Well, I'll be honest. 10 years from now, I'll be halfway to my ultimate goal of having FU money by the time I'm 60.
Is that? I love that FU money.
Yeah, and just being real with you, I see us here at the heavy haul side probably by then, having, I hope 20 something trucks on the heavy haul side, and if not less, heck, it wouldn't matter if it's just 5 of us like we got, but wanted to actively grow that brand and grow it, and make it something big as well as we have for our other divisions here, and so I know if it takes 10 years, it takes 10 years, but it's going to take less than that,
I love it.
So, but that's where I do see myself in 10 years.
That's good, man. So
still living a life, living a dream, and I promise you 10 years from now, I'll be the same guy I am today. I can guarantee you that.
Well, I think you will be.
Oh yeah, I know I will be.
I don't have a doubt of that. A quick fun question for you. Where's the best place to get some food in America?
Well, man, that depends, honestly. I mean, man, I really and truly, me personally, I don't care what I eat. But if I like to eat a good steak every once in a while. I mean, honestly.
Where's the best steak to get some steak?
Man, the best steak I ate the other day was at Wolfgang Puck's. I'm not gonna lie. That was a good steak.
Shout out.
That was a good steak right there.
Hey,
But I'm gonna tell you, I love me some Arby's too, you know. But now, I would have to say, man, any old mom and pop like restaurants you roll down to, those cafes got the best food, no matter where they're at. I mean, in any kind of town, if you can find a cafe and you can get this truck in it or whatever, they got the best food. I'm telling you, the best coffee too. And the best service, you know, because they're going to be bona fide, genuine, you know, that they're going to treat you like family when you walk through the door, kind of like a lot of us do, you know.
I love it.
So,
I love it. You know, shout outs to anyone at the end of this.
Yeah, most definitely shout out to, I'm going to give a shout out to my kid's mother, Brooke, who, you know, she has supported and, you know, me through all this of building this truck and doing this, that, and another, taking care of our kids while I was gone. Can't thank her enough for my parents, you know. I can't go without saying, you know, shout out to Derek, who works at New Gen and, you know, who helped me build this truck and who actually built the truck, you know. As well as Todd Harrell, multiple people, man, I'd like to thank, but most importantly, man, I'd like to thank my crew and the head chief, and that's Troy Massey. You know, Troy is a great guy. He motivates us too. And to see his smile since we've been here, you know, is awesome. Last night when we did the shift video clip back there with Loud and Heavy with Davis Brothers, you know, it was like turning around looking at him, just seeing that, had that phone up, you know, he was recording and then we all gathered up here, you know, and then just going to text message right here. I sent a text message to all the guys last night, and I told them, I said, I want to thank each of y'all for doing an outstanding job at this show. We showed up and showed out. It's been a blast. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else but with you, men. No matter the outcome, we shine. We met a lot of great folks. We may move. Thank y'all. And I thank each and everybody that was here with us. And hear Troy's response. You know, I had a great time this weekend, guys, just being a driver. It's great to get away, and it's great spending a few days with you guys. I can't wait to the next one, you know. And I mean, everybody responded, you know, to my text message. But, you know, knowing that I was here with people who wanted to be here and you know, wanted to be a part of this, I can't thank enough, you know. And I can't say enough about my parents here. I need to thank them and for you know, giving me these good looks, you know what I mean? And,
Yeah, you're a handsome fellow, man. You're a handsome fellow, man. You know, I tell you, you know, it's beautiful because a lot of people are going to see the side of you.
Yeah.
They might not have been able to see.
Right.
And I hope that they do see that side.
Yeah.
There's more to you than we could ever get into this
interview.
interview.
Yeah.
But I think people got a quick look of who Hater Made really is, and who he will be.
Yep.
And a little bit of why you do it.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I really wish you the best in this life.
Man, I appreciate it.
And I see you doing amazing things for this industry.
Yeah.
And I know, man.
This ain't our last rodeo right here either. I promise you that.
I heard that.
We finna put you on. We finna ride, buddy. You gonna come to where you at? Gonna put you in the pasture. We're gonna go trucking. And
that'll be part two.
I'm telling you right. That will be part two.
That's part two. This part one right here.
Wait, I may come get you. We're gonna ride our way to California to that show with Mr. Juan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly.
Let's go. Hey, I'm ready for it. That would
we
be
are.
cool.
We're going to that one.
Hey,
so
if I'm not jumping in a truck, road dog with somebody, man.
Yeah,
with you,
we're gonna be in style, man. But yeah, I appreciate that, and I appreciate all you do too, man. We've watched your stuff, and you know, whenever Steven was, you know, mentioned you, I was like, really? Where is he at? You know, but and, you know, I turned around and bam, there you are, and what? If you turn around and boom, you're like, he's normal. You know what I mean?
So,
he's like us then. So we're on that same page. You know exactly that feeling you have right then that you're a humble man too.
Oh,
straight up, I know this.
I appreciate you so much.
I carried your food around, sir, at the truck show all day long. You know what I
Sure.
mean? I want,
Yes,
Your
you
Majesty,
did.
you can have
Yeah.
this food right here. I'm gonna make sure I got you taken care of, sir.
Oh, man.
No, but
Oh, man.
but
Oh, man. Hold that one against me. I promise I was busy for the second. You didn't have to deal with that.
yeah. But no, I mean, honestly, all BS aside, that the people that are right there, man. Honestly, I've met some great people here at this place. Like I said, shout out to Gary Jones and Devery, his wife. Excessive behavior too, and not daddy's money. I mean, it's one good friend of mine, Bubba Branch here as well. I mean, I can name a lot of people here, but some of those people who've influenced me, but I'm still gonna do my own thing.
Yeah, man. You got a lot of good people around you, bro.
Yep.
We need you to succeed because we need this truck industry to succeed, and it's gonna only come with the youth.
Yes, sir.
And the kids love you, and I love the way you treat them, and it's a great feeling to give back.
Oh yeah,
man, that smile they have.
Yeah, that's what's priceless, man. Honestly, because I mean, so many of them yesterday. I mean, the fist bumps from a young man named Jackson that actually reached out to me on Facebook, and didn't even know me, but asked if I was gonna be at the show. I showed up, and I turned around and he walked up to me saying, "Hey, mate, what you doing?" Gave me a fist bump, and we got to talking. I remembered his name too, called him by his name, and then I gave him a hat and a shirt and everything. He was happy. And CJ Humphreys as well. He was another one from TikTok that actually drew the truck and sent it to me in the mail. He was by far one of the happiest camper. Every one of them were happy, man. But I mean, those two right there, you can just tell they're going to be, out of all of them, if you take 15 kids or 15 people, may not get 100% of them that's going to do it, right? But there's going to be a couple that's going to do it. Those two right there, they're going to do it one day. They're going to do big things, I'm telling you.
Man, when I clip this up and put that parts on TikTok for them,
man. Oh, yeah, they're going to be like, wow.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be cool, man.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's what it's all about. And honestly, my kids, too, I mean, like I said, they love trucks. They want to be around trucks. I mean, my youngest son's too. Every big truck he see has daddy, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but Aiden, he knows. That's why I do. I do it for them, man. And, and at the end of the day, it is important for our youth, too. Because you got to keep trucking alive, because a lot of people be trying to hold it back, regulations and government and stuff, and just this, that, and another. And, but at the end of the day, it's gonna stay clicking. I promise you that, because there's guys like me, guys like you, guys like this man beside us, guys like Troy Massey. We ain't gonna let it go nowhere. Promise you that.
Yeah, but let's go.
We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams.